fellow cinephiles, and welcome back to the Talk Film to Me podcast, where I talk about films in Kenya, in Africa, and beyond. I'm your host, Nkatha. Let's talk film.
Hello, cinephiles. Welcome back to Talk Film to Me. It's a bit of a different episode today. For season 1 and season 2, we sat down with Nkatha and she interviewed a lot of amazing people. She gave us a lot of amazing opinions and, on different films. But today she is the one on the other side of the chair.
Damn.
So I will be your host for today. My name is Marylyn. I am a film marketer and a social media strategist. And my guest today on her own podcast is Gloria Nkatha, a film critic, film marketer, overall an amazing human being. How are you doing today, girl?
Thanks. I'm doing well.
How are you feeling this Nairobi cold?
Where Nairobi feels like I'm inside the heart of...
We're going to put it right there. Okay, amazing.
Cool. But it feels being odd on this other side. Because that's why the pose was awkward. Because I'm like, okay, so normally I just introduce my guest. But today, I'm the guest.
You are the guest. Amazing.
Yeah, but okay, let's do this.
I'm going to start with a very easy start. I don't like giving people hard work, please.
Okay,
What's the last Kenyan film you watched?
Oh my God. Wow, I'm used to asking people this question and now it's me today. What was the last Kenyan film? It was on Netflix. Something Necessary.
Something
Necessary. That's the name of the film.
That's the name.
Yes.
I thought you forgot the first name.
No, it's called Something Necessary.
Is it good?
It is good.
Mm-hmm.
I think I watched it because of the current political situation in our country.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking for films whether there are films that back then touched on that, and Something Necessary was one of them. Maybe I'll make a series about it. But
please do. We'd want to, see it. Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So Nkatha, I have very many names. However, I will mention the ones that I'm allowed to mention. So my name is Frida, Gloria, and Nkatha. My parents, I think, couldn't agree. They won't admit it, but they couldn't agree on which one to go with, Frida or Gloria. So both are mine. But I prefer to go with Nkatha because everybody had harmony when it came to that one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because when I was in high school, I didn't like the name Nkatha because there were so many of us. I was in a high school in Meru, so there are very many Merus there.
Yeah. So
you're not unique. So I'd rather just call me Gloria or Frida, and there were still so many. I think Merus have a nick for such names. But anyway, I love film. Just to put it plain and simple, I love film. I love what I'm doing now. I enjoy it. I feel fulfilled doing it. It's crazy. It makes me feel like I'm going crazy, but if you're going crazy for something that fills your heart, it feels so good. So I like it.
Okay. When you were in high school, as you mentioned, what career path did you think you were going to take? Because I believe you did not wake up at the age of 6 and be like, I'm going to be a film critic.
I didn't even know what a film critic was at that age. But when I was going to high school, I thought I was going to be a doctor.
Ooh. Can I guess neurosurgeon?
No, just a doctor. I was just like, I'm going to be a doctor. And then getting to Form 2, I certainly wanted to become a journalist all the way up to first year. And when I finished my high school, I got decent grades. Swallows. And I was sadly called to a university in Kitui called Southeastern Kenya University to study a Bachelor of Science in Forestry. Me, forestry. And then forestry in Kitui. I'm like, bruh.
What math was done there?
What math was done here? I applied for everything, communication and journalism. What do you mean?
You got forestry.
I got forestry. I don't understand how COOPS was doing it at that time because that's what it was called back then.
That's what it's called.
That's okay. I think we used to call it JAB.
It was JAB then COOPS. Yeah.
So I was seeing this man, and he was in multimedia university, and I really wanted to go there. Not 100% because of him, but because the course that I wanted was there. And I think I didn't have the information of where else I'd get it. So I really tried to apply for an inter-university transfer. We didn't get it there. My mom went to Kitui because it's a whole process and it's physical. Like you have to go get the vice chancellor to sign for you, get this other one to sign. And then sadly, I didn't get in. I missed with 1 mark. So I felt like, okay, now I want to be with him. I want to do what I want. Stupid, but it worked for a reason. So I was invited by another friend who was currently at that time at UN, and he was studying performing arts, and he told me, come watch my show. And I was like, okay, it's cool. So I applied there and I got in. So when I got in, I still knew I wanted to do journalism. So I knew that I'd get in and then do an interfaculty transfer. It didn't happen. They told me, that one you have to pay. And school fees for journalism was like 140K per sem. And my parents were not doing very well financially at that time. So it was completely out of question. So I just sat down with this guy named Kamulza. What courses are you doing? Performing arts. Okay, cool. I'm doing that. Literature. I'm doing that. Communication. I'm doing that. So anything that looked like communication, that's what I picked. So I didn't know that I was going to become. I wanted to be a journalist, and it's funny because now I'm a film journalist.
Yes, you are.
I mean, I did study film, worked through all of it, but yeah.
When did the switch between doctor and journalist come in?
In Form 2. Oh, certainly in Form 2. I used to write really good essays. And they used to be read, like people used to come ask me for my books to read my essays when I was in high school. And I was like, okay, probably I think I know how to write.
This could be something.
And people would be really interested to read my compositions because they're like, composition yang Nkatha iko na juice, because they'd know a bit of my personal life, like you know, I know who's your best friend in so I'd twist it into a story. Like, maybe I don't need to become a doctor, I could start writing. And then I joined the Marifa club because there was a journalism club in Kiswahili. Now if you ask me, I'm like, why? But anyway, so yeah, I joined the journalism club. So that's why I was like, okay, maybe not a doctor, journalism sounds more like me.
Okay, so we're in campus. We have picked units that sound communication-like.
Yeah.
We've done a few film courses here and there.
Yeah.
What next?
To take it back to campus. So when I ended up taking performing arts, communication, and tourism. Tourism I picked because my dad knew somebody in the tourism sector. So it was like a promise, Kimaliza, there'll be a job somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I hated it. I was like, it's tourism. Why are we learning about rocks? I don't get it. I thought we were going to learn about beaches and traveling. I thought I'd travel. Honestly, that's why I picked it. But it was far from it. In fact, when you Alfanya tourism traveled in 4th year. So I was like, you had to wait that long. Not me. But with the performing arts, it was cool. We had shows. I started MC and moderating at that time. I think I can owe like a lot in my career. And I don't know why I never saw it then. That never saw it then, that I've been doing it like for a while, just that it didn't have a title on it.
Yeah.
I didn't know this is exactly what I was doing. So come COVID, I do my first year, second year, COVID, we're doing it at home. My parents still think I'm doing communication and tourism. Performing arts is just on the side. I had dropped everything. I was doing only performing arts. I was majoring in performing arts, which was very risky because there were very few of us, probably like less than 10, that were doing only performing arts. And I think my dad was passing by my room, akasikia performing arts. Okay, like, Nkatha, what's that? Like, Dad, it's a performing arts class. And then they realized I've been trying to record stuff. He wasn't exactly excited, but he wasn't he wasn't discouraging as well. I remember he bought me my first tripod and I went around the entire estate asking people to shoot short films with me. They're terrible. My God, I hope they never see the light of day. They're terrible. For a film critic, if you see them, people will slander me. Yeah. But so that journey was interesting because then slowly my parents, started accepting, this girl is doing something in film. But then came the question, yes, you've done film. What next?
I'm gonna hold it there because there's something exciting coming in regards to that conversation.
Yeah.
Which I will not preempt.
Okay.
And then I'll fast track you slightly.
Okay.
So how did you pick the name Talk Film to Me?
Ooh. first forwarding,
Yeah.
first tracking to know where
Exactly. Yeah.
we are. Wanting to start this podcast and just the platform.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've talked about this when I told you that I feel like for Kenyan films, we only talk about them when there's a hype, when something is trending. And for other countries, like when a film comes out, whether it's good or bad or nasty, whatever, they will talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do that. We'll only talk about volume because, oh my God, so and so was in it. And it trends for like 3 weeks and it's done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I wanted. Like, I wanted to consume, not to create, to consume.
Mm-hmm.
But like, okay, nobody else is doing it. I guess I will have to. So I sat down and I thought, film talk? No, that sounds weird. Talk film? Talk film to who? Talk film to me. So it was just a thought, just that. That was the thought process, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, okay, we're doing a podcast. And my. And I sijui nilikuwa nafikiria podcast ni a mic, a camera, and lights. And you sit down and you talk. God, there's a lot of work.
That's the lot we want to hear. I want to hear the process of you trying to record your first episode.
I had a Samsung A23. Trust me, it's related, I promise. The camera quality is not the best.
Mm-hmm.
It's good, but it's not the best. And in terms of a microphone, I went on to Jumia, bought this dual mics that come and connected it to my phone, and it sounded terrible. But I didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted that episode out on that specific day. It was on the 24th of November. I remember even the date.
Mm-hmm.
I sat down, put my camera on a tripod, and recorded. And I was like, that's my first episode. And I shared with everybody, I think, on my contact list. Hi, I've started a podcast. People are like, okay. And good thing I have some knowledge with, I'm a social media strategist. So there's the knowledge of using Canva. So I created a number of posters. So people are like, hey, and you're serious about this? I was like, yeah, I am serious about this. I'm doing this. So the first few episodes were just being recorded on my phone. And then I realized the quality was bad. My neighbor, still my current neighbor, Wesley, we've moved a lot, but we keep moving to the same apartments. I borrowed him his phone. He had an iPhone. So nikamwomba simu, recorded the episode. I was like, oh, that sounds good. So I need to take care of the sound quality and the camera. I mean, I'm talking about films, criticizing what they look like, what they feel like, what they sound like, what they say.
Mm-hmm.
So it needs to be good so that somebody can listen to the entirety of it all. So that was the sort of the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you make the switch between visual content and also now the blog part of Talk Film to Me?
Oh my God. If I'm being honest, I'd want it to sound deep, but it was just money. I didn't have money.
So you thought,
I was just like, so I thought the podcast was going to be easy. I talked to my mom.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was my first investor in my podcast. She told me, go sit down, write a proposal. Send it to me. I'll go through it. And if it makes sense, if you can show me how it's going to make money in 6 months, I'll give you the money. I'm sure that proposal was not good.
Mm-hmm.
But she just gave me the money.
Did you pay her back?
I will pay you back, Mom. I promise. I promise. I'm working hard so that I can pay you back.
Okay.
So when she gave me the money, it sustained the podcast for like the first 4 episodes, which you were in one of those episodes then.
Oh.
Yeah, those were, Mom had sponsored it fully.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you.
And then it gets to a point where I resigned from my job, which was paying now my bills. Because first of all, I had this crazy idea that this thing was going to pick up like immediately. Like I thought I'll just sit down and I'll trend. I don't know.
You didn't do your math properly.
I didn't do my math properly.
I mean, for social media strategists, that's a bit disappointing.
That's what, yeah. I honestly agree. I don't know. I was just very focused on the passion and their dream. And this is why when I talk about films and I see filmmakers reacting a certain way when we talk about their films and maybe we say things that they're not very happy. Like, I get you. I also believe that about this very. So I understand your dream when you are attached to something that you're creating. So I couldn't afford it. I did get another job, but I was only there for, oh my God, those are the worst people that I've ever worked with. But anyway, it's fine. anyway, it didn't work out. So I talked to my mom was like, Nkatha, decide. Rent, I'm a podcast. Guys,
Realistically
speaking, ukiwa kwa hiyo position
Of
tafanya.
course, you're picking rent.
So I picked rent. So I didn't want the podcast to seem like it was dying.
Yeah.
I can't tell you guys, I don't have money to continue shooting the podcast. I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I need to be creative. Then I remembered, Nkatha used to write. I used to have a blog back when I was in campus. I used to write about my love life, my feelings. And it used to get like really, really good stats. Like really good. And I was sure at some point it would actually pay. But there's only so much you can share that you start feeling people are getting to know you more than you're willing to let off. So it's just like, okay, no, people are getting too close. So that's how I started the writing bit. So the switch wasn't exactly a strategy. It was an adaptation. I can't die out in this space. I have to keep being on there. And the only way to do it is for me to now switch to writing. So people, they're like, now you also write. So people didn't realize, na by the episodes has Jakua. They're like, oh, you also now write. And then I started the blog and writing a lot on LinkedIn, sharing my think pieces about the industry and any ideas that I had, any perspective, opinions. And it picked up.
And that's a very important lesson right there. You always have to adapt.
Yeah.
Because now that I think about it, I didn't even realize episodes were missing. And on top of that, you equally adapted to doing short videos on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
So you were still very present in the space at a capacity that you were able to maintain.
Yeah.
It's a very good lesson right there.
Yeah, I hope you all learn it. Don't make money make you do it. I mean, if I knew back then, I would have done things differently.
What would you have done differently?
I would have calculated my math really well. I jumped, like if I think about the amount of money that I used for those episodes, I wasn't smart about it. And that's why I had to, as much as I adapted immediately, like it was still a pain in the ass. Because like it was disappointing. I felt bad that now I have to go back to writing. And my joy is sitting in front of a camera and talking to people, because this is also a tool that I enjoy using to communicate the same thing that I do enjoy writing. I really do. But I also enjoy talking to people because I feel like it also has a different touch to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you remember the first film you critiqued?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
Yeah. It's called Beyond the Rains. Wow. Something the Rains. I have critiqued a lot of films.
Yes, you have.
But I remember it because my then best friend took me to Unseen Cinema and we watched the film and he told me, talk about this as your first film. And I felt very challenged because I didn't watch a lot of documentaries. I've always been a fiction type of person. So I was just like, how do I talk about that documentary? Because you talk about the cinematography and the lighting and the story. Like, this is real. It's not fiction where you can say they shouldn't have done this. This is their life. So it was very iffy to me, but it actually went well. The filmmaker actually reached out and was just like, I'm getting traction. Like, you can notice that I'm here. And now I started switching it up and I was like, okay, I'll also talk about documentaries. I'll talk about short films. And it's also improved my palette in terms of what I consume. And by what I consume, I mean what I watch. I don't watch everything for myself. I also watch to give a perspective. And I feel like everybody should honestly do the same.
Okay.
Sijafika kwa horror bado.
But we'll give you a bit of time. It's okay. It's at your own pace.
Thanks.
Now, you did mention something earlier. You said that you looked in the market and there was no film critique.
Yeah.
And you say now that you do critique. So where did you find the tools and the resources to allow you to do what you do right now? Like which direction are you looking?
Oh my God. I didn't have a direction that I was looking at. And I think that was really stressful back then. And even now, like there isn't exactly a roadmap to follow. I don't know that this is what I should do. There's Cinema Focus and they're doing a good job and they've always existed. They existed like before me.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed watching their content. I was like, okay, we still need more. We need somebody, because they at that time they were doing the written, they still do like written articles. And I wanted to talk film. And I was just like, okay, see how y'all are doing it. And then the podcast that I mentioned that I was listening to, the couple, I was just like, okay, that's interesting. So honestly, Chat GPT, YouTube, and listening to a lot of podcasts, and then watching and trying to learn, okay, I could talk about it this way, I could talk about it this way. And it did take time to pick up on social media, but on Spotify by itself, it was actually doing well. The listens were really good. And the listens, because the listens are not only from Kenya. And I was just like, okay, this is a channel I can never let go of, because I can see it's very rewarding. Yeah.
Okay. One question, two ways.
Okay.
The day you said, okay, what I'm doing is making sense, and this is exactly what I'm going to keep doing. And the day you said, you know what, I'm about to find a different job, I will be a corporate girly, and I am done with talk film to me.
Repeat that question.
First half of the question is the day that you saw that what you're doing is making sense.
Okay.
The day that validated talk film to me to you. And the second part is the day you said, okay, I think I'm going to quit. I think I'm going to, that job that I said no to because I want to be a film critic. I think I might find that person.
Wow. Why I asked her to repeat that question is because it's heavy. I mean, this is something that you passionately love to do.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, passion will not pay. You have to be very strategic in terms of how you get to a point where you can monetize your passion. So yes, you love talking about film. Yes, you love doing whatever it is that you love doing. But is it going to pay your bills? You're not going to be a starving artist forever. You'll die. You'll starve to death. And I didn't want to get there. So the point where I realized it was working is, I think, when I started getting, first of all, traction from people in the industry. So I'm like, oh, so y'all can see me. Y'all can see what I talk about. And that was honestly validating. And I guess I'll say this, and when I say this at the back of my mind, the one that I'm actually referring to was Free Money. It was a documentary that is, I think it's still available on Netflix. I'm not very sure because of the time period that it was supposed to be on the platform. But I reviewed it, and the person who's handling communications for the production company, it's called LBX, reached out, and they're like, oh, we saw what you did, yada yada, that's good. And the next time they had a premiere, they invited me to watch the film. I was like, you're giving me like first-hand experience before it comes out to the public. I was like, okay, this is something, this could work. But the reality was, okay, Nkatha, yes, it's working, but it's not paying immediately. So I realized, yes, I want to go to all these film premieres, and that costs money. You have to look good. There's transport. If I'm wearing a very nice dinner dress, I'm not going to panda a matatu. It's not because I can't panda a matatu. It's just you cannot. We live in Kenya. I'm a woman, a beautiful woman. You will be made uncomfortable. And like there's that. You need to eat or drink or whatever. And then there's the ticket. So counting all these costs, I was like, okay, I need to figure out a way. It's either these people recognize me and offer me these things, and they're not going to do that immediately. Who are you? I pay you to come and talk shit about my film. Not happening. So I decided I'm going to keep my job and keep my passion, because my job supports my passion and it supports me, and my passion makes me feel fulfilled. So I didn't drop. I guess I should have mentioned, during COVID, after my dad found out that I was doing performing arts solely, fully, he asked me like, how are you going to monetize what you have? I do not know anyone in the films. What are you going to become? An actor? So I took a course, Google Digital Skills for Africa. It was free at that time. I don't know whether it's still free, but it was free at that time. So it helped me gain knowledge and like the know-how of how to run social media management and all of that. And I took a few courses here and there. If somebody was offering a masterclass or a workshop, I'd attend. So I had that knowledge. And that's how, like, that's what feeds me to date. that I get a job where I can manage your socials or your communication department, and that works for me and it feeds me. And right now, where I am, because I am the current communication lead for Buni Media for their Buni Mission program, which is a program by Sanara, it's very fulfilling because it's not very far from film. I feel like I'm still doing what I love doing, and now it's paying me. So I am able to support both. I think I'd put it that way.
Okay, that's a good balance that you found.
Yeah.
Are you ready to get messy?
Oh my God.
Slightly
yes.
messy.
Okay, let's go.
You're infamous. Let me use the word infamous in the industry. And not once, not twice, maybe not even thrice, have I seen you in a mini tussle with producers and directors on the internet.
Oh my God.
How are you navigating that? Yeah, because I remember, I choose not to mention, a film came out and you did critique it, which is the thought of many people.
Yeah.
You just worded it out for us.
Yeah.
And I remember reading the comments, and that specific director was at your comments like, but at the end of the day, I was like, is this girl breathing? Is she okay? How are you navigating that?
So first of all, I will let you remember, I studied film. Most of my friends, people that I have worked with, are in the film industry. These are my friends. These are my people. Like we know each other. They're just like, so Nkatha, you decided to become a film critic and talk shit about our films. Like, it's not talking shit about. I'm just breaking it down for the audience. If there's a part that didn't work, I'll mention it. And I know you don't like that, but that's the job. It's hard to stay objective and subjective and opinionated and still keep these friendships because, like I mentioned, we're creatives, we're attached to our work.
Oh, yes.
So it becomes very hard to separate the two. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't say I have cracked how to go about this, but what I know is at the end of the day, this is what I'm doing, this is what I love doing, and it's important. So that works. So that's basically where I stand.
The long and short of it.
That's the long and short of it, honestly.
Okay. But don't you feel that, because you're a social media strategist and then you work in the film industry and then at the same time you're criticizing. So how do you find the balance between, okay, I might be nice to you because I may need a job with you, I may need to work with you, and this product and this project is very underwhelming.
Who did I bring to this podcast to interview me?
But how are you navigating that?
Yeah. You're right. You're right. I think being honest and being true to myself. I'm not. I'll say this. I know I've said this a couple of times on my social platforms. Film criticism is not bringing down a film and the filmmaker. It's breaking down the film in a way that the audience understands the layers that went into the film. These layers might not be good according to the filmmaker. These layers might not be exactly what the kind of layers that you want your audience to know, but those are the layers, and that's the job. So I just have to be honest. But that certainly, I'll admit it, there are certain times when I decide not to critique a film based off that. And maybe it's a moral issue that I'm still battling within myself and trying to understand how to navigate. Because if I talk about this film and there's this potential partnership, because at the end of the day, guys, I need to pay rent, I need to eat, I need to dress, but finding that balance is a bit tricky. So every film criticism, everything that you've seen me talk about, I have really thought about it. I was like, okay, yes, I'm doing this. I have weighed the pros and cons.
Okay. Let's talk about you understanding what to look at. Because you said, again, there's no other film. I cannot think of another film critic in our little country right here. So what exactly, if I have a film and I know for a fact Nkatha is going to critique it, so what angles do you look at? What are you looking at? Are you looking from the perspective of, you studied film, so you understand cinematography. A normal person does not understand cinematography. A normal person does not know, what is left, right, and you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So do you give it that side, or do you look at it from just purely, this is a film and I am watching as an audience?
I think I want to sneeze.
Go ahead.
There are two ways that I look at it. When I started Talk Film to Me, my my audience was the audience.
Mhm.
The same audience that the filmmaker is making the film for, that was the same audience that I was looking towards.
Mhm.
If there's anyone out there who's confused, that is my audience. Like, that's my primary audience.
Mhm.
The filmmaker is my secondary audience because we're talking about this so that you can make better things for us
Mhm.
to enjoy watching.
Mhm.
I know filmmakers will say, no, I made that film for myself. If you made it for yourself, it will be in your drive at home. You made it for us. Yes, you made it for yourself.
Mhm.
Like, you were the first audience for it,
Mhm.
but we're also going to watch it.
Mhm.
And for us to enjoy it and understand it, we need to sort of feel like we relate with it.
Yeah.
And as much as it's your story, what makes a good story is, yes, you're telling the story, but are you able to relate the story to anyone and everyone? I can tell you a story about how my morning was today.
Yeah.
But how I will tell it to you will make you feel like you either want to tell me about your morning as well, because you feel, oh yeah, like
Oh my
Atamimi.
God, same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you're just like, why is she telling me that?
Mm.
So for me, those are the two ways that I look at it. So yes, I will look at it how the audience views it.
Mhm.
Is it entertaining? Is it educative? What is it about?
Mhm.
What are we looking at?
Okay.
And then number two, what is the expertise that has gone into making this film? Because the audience does not know that. Certainly, like you've mentioned, they don't know about the cinematography. And this, I think, are important details and entertaining and interesting details.
Yeah.
Because if we watch like a behind the scene of a blockbuster in Hollywood,
Sinners.
and
Can we
then
just say Sinners?
Sinners.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch the behind the scenes, you're like, oh my God, you were just in a studio. You see, those are interesting bits that the film, that the audience wants to know and see. And of course, just use this in your film marketing, guys. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day
Altogether.
altogether. But like, the audience also wants to know this. But
Mm.
before everything, before all of that, they just want to know, what's the story here? What are we looking at? And if you're just like me, you watch a story, you want to talk about it. You want to, oh my God, did you see how they did that? That's interesting. That's why we do this. That's
Mm.
why I do this.
That's talk
And
film
then
to
number
me.
two, that's talk film to me. And then number two is, you as a filmmaker, you put your heart, soul, and a lot of money into this.
Mhm.
What did you do with the money that you had? Who was your cast? Like, what is interesting about it? So there are very many ways that I look at it. And I don't know whether I should mention this now, that I'm part of the Talent Press program. And I was just thinking about it before I came here, how being part of that program has changed how I view cinema.
Mhm.
I'm not watching to judge it. And I'm glad that I was not very far from what I've been taught.
Mm.
I've not been one to say, that person should never make another film again. I mean, okay. No.
I hope you've never said that. Oh,
I've
God.
never said that.
Okay.
But like, the point is to start a conversation about this film.
Mm.
Literally talk film to me,
Mhm.
you know? And my perspective has changed a lot.
Mhm.
That we're not exactly judging or tearing down these films or the filmmakers. We are just talking about the film in itself. We're starting a conversation about the film.
Mm.
This conversation might be uncomfortable for the filmmaker, but it is important. That's how other industries have grown. How do we want to get to where they are and not want to do the things that they're doing that work? I'm not saying we copy everything. We do the things that work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you made money off of film critiquing?
Oh, yes,
Yes?
I have. I have been paid a couple, which, that's a very layered question. Or rather, my answer is layered.
Mhm.
I have been paid to, hi, here is money, talk about this film. Has it impacted whether it was a positive or a negative response? No. I told this person that, hi, yes, you're paying me. You're paying me because you want my voice to talk about your film, because you believe that there's authority in my voice talking about your film. Number two, you paying me for my voice does not impact how my voice will sound like.
Mhm.
I have to be honest, because at the end of the day, I have an audience that listens to me, that reads things that I write because they believe in my honesty and integrity. So I can't compromise that for what? $5,000, $500. I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I have been paid, and through being a film critic, I have gotten other gigs on the side. Like, hi, can you come and moderate for us? Because we believe if you're there, people will see, okay, this is a film thing. So I have gotten money from it, not exactly like 100% directly from being a film critic, but there are other parts that have come in that, hi, call Nkatha. I'm not being called because I'm just Nkatha. It's because I'm Nkatha, the film critic. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, I
Okay.
think I would.
Cool. And I'm sure you've also gotten a number of opportunities that are not necessarily money related.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
From film critiquing.
Yes, I
Yeah.
have a number of opportunities. So I applied last year to the Durban Talent Press program. I managed to get in. I am, if I'm being really honest, I'm genuinely so proud of myself because it took time to realize that there were such spaces. Because yes, you're a film critic, but you do not know that you can learn this from somewhere. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
So at least there's a whole chance for you to be able to go and learn that. Through that, I've been able to write for the Encounters documentary film festival in South Africa. Currently working on the Durban International Film Festival in South Africa. I've been acquired, I guess. Selected.
Acquired.
I've been selected as a jury for Mpumalanga International Film Festival, which is in South Africa. I have been selected as a jury for Kilimanjaro International Film Festival in Tanzania, and currently part of the jury for the oh my God, that name is hard. Carol International Film Festival, which I think will be in Turkana, which I'm really excited about because it's interesting to know that there's that sort of ecosystem there. Okay. So yes, I have gotten a number of opportunities and I'm really, really grateful for them.
Okay. Now, let me see. So we're going to play a game and then we're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you a film and I'm going to tell you the film in a very bad way. And then I want you to guess what film it is.
Okay.
Okay? A kid skips school and somehow ends up controlling the weather. What movie is that?
Oh my God. A kid skips school and somehow ends up controlling the weather.
Yeah.
The Weather. Is this a Hollywood film?
I don't know.
The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind?
Yes. When I said weather, I thought it was going to be very...
It was, but I wasn't sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
A small village grants a kid superpowers because they're tired of sad endings.
Supermodo.
Easy. Two girls try to mind their business, but the whole neighborhood can't chill.
Two girls
mind their own business, but the whole neighborhood cannot chill.
Rafiki?
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm so good at this.
Did I send this to you?
No. What?
Okay, the last one.
Okay.
A rich guy cosplays at night and adopts sad orphans.
Ooh.
This one is not Kenyan or African.
Mm-hmm. A rich man.
Yes.
Cosplays at night.
And adopts sad orphans.
Harry Potter?
No. Harry Potter.
Wait.
It's But if I tell you this, then I'm gonna give you the answer. No.
Give me a hint.
A hint?
Okay.
It's a superhero.
Superman?
Girl, it's Batman.
Oh yeah, he cosplays and
night, yeah.
Yeah, Batman. Okay.
Good job. Three out of 4. You're doing well. Okay.
Right.
Now I have my final question for you.
Okay.
I want you to envision the Nkatha who thought she was going to be a doctor. The Nkatha who was with the Samsung A23. And what would you tell that Nkatha? Give her a little word of encouragement. If she was sitting where I'm sitting right now, what would you tell her?
It's going to work. It's going to work. Don't stop. Don't give up. Don't listen to the outside noise. Don't listen to those people who are telling you, don't waste your money on that. Don't waste your time. It's not going to blow up. It is going to work. And I'm really proud of you.
Okay. And now I want you to envision when 2025?
Yeah.
I want you to envision 2030 in Nkatha.
Oh my God.
The year is 2030. What do we have in mind? What are we thinking? What are we telling her?
You did it.
Whatever
That's me
it
saying
is.
it with optimism. Whatever it is, babe, you did it. You did well. That's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for allowing me to be on this side of your podcast.
Thank
It was an
you.
amazing conversation. Now I understand what film criticism looks like, what that looks like for you, how you even got here. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought before being called to other podcasts and sharing my story, why not
Do
talk
that on
about
your
it
own.
here with my business partner who we own a company together. It's called Fourth Wall Film Marketing. And I'm really excited about these two journeys.
Yeah.
Because they could conflict at some point. We've gotten this question a lot. People are asking,
Yeah.
is it two podcasts? No, guys, it's not. There's Talk Film to me and there's a film marketing company.
Two very
So
different
if you want me
entities.
to market your film, talk to Fourth Wall, okay? But thank you so much for coming. I appreciate
welcome.
you being here. Please let my audience know where they can find you on
Where
social
you can
media.
find me. Marylyn1 across board, literally. But Fourth Wall Film Marketing, if you're trying to talk film to me.
Sure thing, because you'll end up talking film to both of us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This has been an amazing episode. It has gone better than I was a bit scared. I ramble. I yap a lot. So I was
Yeah.
afraid I'd ramble, but you've given me the space to be able to give perspective to my journey. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Until next time, please remember to follow Talk Film to Me podcast across all social media platforms. I will see you on the next episode. Bye.